Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Midway and I hope you're having a wonderful day. I sure am. So today we have a new event in the Legend of Mushroom. This time around it is the Mount Rush, right? So we're going to be talking a little bit about what you can get out of this event, of course, as well as is it really worth it spending a lot of diamonds in the clock winders, right? So let's just find out. Of course, let's first look at what you get out of the event. You will always be getting a bunch of divine hammers, so participating in every single one is always very good. You can get a big bunch of upgrades just from the hammers alone on your artifact level, and then of course you will also get some diamonds. But then yeah, this is a short one, so there's going to be only a few Sky Rider passes to be obtained out of ranking high in this event. And as you can see, some of these people have actually spent so many clock winders already, almost 18,000, right? So let's look at the ranking. What is it like? Rank 4 is like 12,000 and we have rank 5 10,000, right? So that's a lot. So what can we do about this whole thing? Of course, we're going to be getting the clock winders. The Sky Rider passes out of participating in it, and here's my cat, by the way. She's just trying to get into the frame. But yeah, we're going to be going through it. So let me just show you how much I have right now. My mount is at 6 stars, or tier 6 star, right? So like halfway through this tier, and I have only like almost 7,000 clock winders, right? So yeah, it's going to get really expensive, and leveling up at least just 1 star every tier is going to go a lot higher. But we'll just go with it and see what we get out of it. And of course, we are not going to be getting too far in the rankings with only spending, what is it, almost 7,000. We'll see if we can even hit more than 2 levels here, right? Because the cost is gonna skyrocket, right? So we'll just hit it and see how much of an upgrade we get, right? So that's a decent upgrade right there. That's decent. Well, is it like 700? Oh my god, my cat is just biting at me. That's 700,000%, or actually just 700% on every single one of those. And let's just go again and do another one, right? So as you can see, the second upgrade was already so much more expensive, and this one is already at 4,000, right? So we are short a lot of them. We can just click the hit upgrade, and obviously that already uses up those clock winders, right? So if we go here, how much did we get out of that? Did we complete like, I think we completed like 3 rounds, right? So that's 1, that's 2, and that's going to be 3, and we're probably like almost done with 4. Actually, we completed the whole thing already, right? So that's pretty damn strong. Obviously I spent a lot of clock winders. I've been saving up on them for a long ass time, but I'm only rank 8, right? So is it really worth it spending everything in this one go, or should you wait for like 2 weeks and just save up those clock winders? Or more importantly, is it worth it spending a lot of diamonds on that, right? So I've talked a little bit about that before. Are diamonds the go-to? Like, should you be spending the diamonds, or what you should be using them on? Well, the answer before was really just clock winders, right? So we're going to be testing that out. How many levels can we get out of that, and how much power can we get out of spending the diamonds right now? I am still getting at least 1 Sky Rider pass, right? So if I try to at least go top 5, I'm not really going to get much more. Top 3 is not going to be really obtainable. So at this point, I should be wondering to myself, should I be spending these diamonds? Well, let's just see and how much levels can we get out of that, right? So let's just go here. Of course, we can buy the clock winders right here for a hefty price. It's 1,000 clock winders for 35,000 gems, right? But I have a lot of this, a lot of gems right now. So what I could buy 4 packs of this, so that is already 4,000 clock winders. And let's just go ahead and do that. I can buy even another one, right? So we have 5,000, and now we can only buy a few of these, right? So let's just do that, and that's pretty much it. About 5,060 clock winders, right? So yeah, looking at the mount upgrades, you can already see I can only afford 1 more level up, and that's pretty much just about it. We got once again, what is that, 800, or actually 700% more on everything. So that's a decent upgrade. Nothing crazy, just pretty much decent. At this point, we're going to be getting a lot more from, for example, something like this, right? We have massive jumps onto our artifact level, but we almost got a level from just participating in the event, right? So definitely was worth it, at least getting the stages done on the actual rush event right there, right? So pretty much we're just done here. Now what I could do is see if it's worth it for me to actually go ahead and use the remaining ones here. Can I get myself into top 5? 5. Yeah, I could get myself top 5, and that wouldn't really get me anything else, right? So I think I'm just gonna be saving these ones, because really I'm not getting a level out of using them right now, and I'm not getting placed far too high anyways if I do use them. So really I'm just gonna be saving them for an eventual other rush event where I would probably get something more out of this, and I'm not in danger of other people taking my top 10 spot. As you can see right there, it's quite safe to be right here where I am at, right? So really, is it worth it spending these many gems in clock winders, right? Should you be saving them up for the clock winders themselves? Now, early on, I do think it is worth it because it's going to be a lot easier to get upgrades onto the mount because it's going to require a lot less clock winders. But as you can see right here, the amount of them that you need for level every time just skyrockets. Really, at this point I'm getting, what is it, 700% on each of the stats, HP, attack and defense, every star that I go up, which is not too much. I can get that much in many other ways that are a lot cheaper, and I can also obviously eventually when I hit tier 7, that's gonna have a big step up, and at that point it will definitely have been worth it to level up the mount because I think it's gonna go to something like 40,000% on each of the stats, right? So I'm still needing to try and find that out. Obviously I don't have the I'm not able to see the stats just yet. I could find them online maybe, but regardless, yeah, it is especially important to save up those gems and spend them on clock winders early on in the game when you want to go through the early tiers, because the difference those levels on the mount will make will be very big, and the amount of power you will get out of the value you're spending on the gems on those clock winders is definitely worth it. Now at this point, probably not so much until you hit like that big break point where you go to another tier of the mount. What would be a better use of these what you call the gems? Well, let's just go through the store, right? You cannot really buy too much more with it. You can buy tickets, but you will just be floating in tickets, and usually those won't really help you too much. Maybe at some point like now where we have the other event going on, the tech rush, where you want to make sure you're using up all your ore if you're really trying to participate and get a high rank like I'm doing here, rank 4, right? Time can be a bit of a constraint if you're just not able to spend all your ore and go through the research in time. So there, having some tickets and buying some tickets could potentially be worth it, but obviously time always passes for free, right? So maybe not the best used anyways, unless that very niche scenario. Of course, we have the clock winders, and then we have the gold, right? You can also try and buy some millions of gold, but as you can see at some point, right, you're just gonna need so much gold just to get slight upgrades. I don't think it's too worth it unless you really have, like, I don't know, you want to get very far ahead. I wouldn't actually recommend buying any gold unless you're really trying to just wait it out and get ahead of everybody. Really, gold is not worth it. In my opinion, you will just get worth it gold passively, and there's no other use for it rather than just leveling up your lamp, right? So gold, just a bit of a get ahead of the pack kind of thing, but really not a major, massive, permanent upgrade on itself. It's just something you will eventually just get, right? So yeah, I think I still really kind of just see that clock winders are the only thing that you would like always kind of want to get, but at some point it's just really going to become so expensive to try and get an upgrade. Maybe like spending some of them in usually, what is it here, the shop right here. I always try to spend some on the free rolls onto the gacha events, right? 15,000, not too much. Maybe some on the tickets as well during rush events for pets and skills, or rather pals and skills. Spending some gems on these kinds of events also can be pretty worth it. And if you're really struggling to get one of those key pals, maybe key skills at some point, and you are going to be combining that with a rush event going on, spending a lot of gems during that time, as I've already done in some of the videos in this channel, can definitely be very worth it. But of course, you can also just benefit out of the PT timer here, which, if you don't know, by the way, when you reach level 13, either for skills or pals, right there, as you can see, level 14 and level 13, every 5,000 tickets you spend, you will just be guaranteed to get a pink either skill or pal, right? So eventually you're gonna get everything, right? But using tickets and obviously using the gems in this case, it's always just going to make things a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. And if you combine that with participating in a rush event and getting a good placement, guaranteeing yourself better amount of Skyrider passes to get a good mount, well, that all combined really gets the value of spending the gems on the tickets a lot higher, right? But yeah, all in all, it's really all just about combining what you're spending at the right time so you get the most out of it. like we just did during the event right now. We obviously got some upgrades out of this, some power, so we are pretty damn strong right now, but we didn't get that crazy of an increase in power, right? So that's pretty much all I got for you today. Use the gems on whatever you really feel like, but clock winders and some tickets, especially at some point during the rush events, might be the most worth it options. And nonetheless, if you haven't done so yet and you are spending, or you want to be spending any amount of money in the Legend of Mushroom or any other Android game by that matter, you should definitely be doing so through Aptoide, right? So Aptoide is basically just like Google Play. You download apps through it on Android devices or also on emulators on your PC. And once you do so, when you try and make a payment, you're going to be prompted to pay through the AppCoins wallet, right? So the AppCoins wallet is just a portal, rather like a wallet, a regular crypto wallet sort of, but not exactly crypto wallet, where you can accumulate bonuses whenever you're making any spendings in these games, right? So right here, you can see that if I was going to be spending this much money, €1.19, I would be getting a bonus of 0.14 euros, right? So I can then go ahead and use that bonus when I have enough of it to make the purchase for me without actually spending my real money. I can just accumulate cashbacks over time and then be able to afford more stuff in the game without actually spending my actual money, right? So as you can see, this can be very helpful for participating in events where you're going to be trying to get something in the gacha events. For example, you need to do at least an amount of pulls in order to be getting that. So this way you will just be able to reach that amount of pulls or just get stuff earlier by using the bonuses you accumulate through your normal purchases as a way of just doing even more purchases almost for free, right? It's just a bit of a bonus and then you can go ahead and use it, right? So setting it up, it's pretty damn simple. It takes no more than 5 minutes. You can find a link to a guide down there in the description of this video. You can also use my code, which is going to be in the screen as well as down in the description as well, to increase the bonus. As I mentioned, it goes from 10% to 35%, so you can increase that by extra 5% from the get-go just by using my code within the AppCoins wallet, right? So as I can show you right here, this is the AppCoins wallet. You can input here, you can also see here how much of a bonus you have accumulated, and here you can also input my code right there in the promo code section. Just put it in there and you get an extra 5% from the get-go, and then you can also see right here your progress towards unlocking higher bonuses as you make more spendings. And you can also see if there is any active events going on in any games right now. So when those are happening, you will be getting even a bigger bonus for that game when making purchases through the AppCoins wallet, right? Through downloading the games on Aptoide, right? So definitely very good value. Let me know if you use it. If you got any questions about how to set it up or anything related to it or related to this video, drop them down below in the comment section. I'll gladly try to answer them to you. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. See ya.